Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Retro Rèch, man, and I'm here with Retro Rèch Talks. Hey, this is a safe, cool, chill little session, man, one-on-one between me and the whole world, man. Where y'all get to vent our problems. I can tell y'all some of my problems and how I overcame certain things. You know what I'm saying? It might can help you, it might can help a friend. So, we're gonna try to be consistent with this. I'm gonna drop these videos often, man, on my channel. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share, man. Like I say, it's a little mental session. You know what I'm saying? We just vibing though. Yo, so man, my birthday was the other day, and I'm an overthinker, y'all. I admit it, but it's had a birthday. I'm getting older, and I just reflected that whole day. About where I'm at, things I've accomplished, things, what I'm saying, I lived through, things that I got by with, and I couldn't help but to think the things that, that I didn't have, the accomplishments that I didn't get, that I put into the atmosphere, that I thought I would, things that I would have by now, and things that I would be doing, by now. And obviously, you get to feeling sad. Sometimes you get to feeling depressed, kind of like a feeling. But, I had to remind myself, it's not about where you are right now. If I look at the journey that I've been doing, even a year ago, I'm way farther than I was a year ago. Definitely. And if I look back to me coming out of high school, which was a while back, I'm living my dream, to be honest, of what I expected and what I thought I would be doing. So, man, I had a conversation with a good friend, and me and him talked about it. Like, for example, we talked about guys this guy that worked a job for 40 years at like a steel company, right? And 40 years, man, this guy was living check to check. This dude, Bradley, was getting by, man, working hard, busting his butt, hardest worker. And he lived a whole life of just check to check and just working so many hours he couldn't even enjoy life, man. And like I said, me and his friend, we worked with this guy, and we always said, like, we would never do nothing like that. That's like, crazy. So, what I'm saying, blessed to be able to, we got out them situations. Wasn't by choice, but we got out of those situations. And like I said, just being able to see, like, no, this is not the way to live. You know what I'm saying? And you work all that time, and you look up, you're 70, 80 years old, you can't even enjoy the freedom that you get after that. You don't have the energy to enjoy it. So, man, I always say, as humans, we just naturally, like, especially with social media, we compare ourselves to different people, and that just happens naturally. You don't try, just something that happens. You see somebody that's your age, they buy a house, they're driving this fancy car, they living like this and things like that. So you just automatically compare, without even trying. And, it makes you feel a certain way because you might not have this, or you might not be living like this, and yada, yada, yada. But in reality, that person might have reached their full potential, and you don't know how they living at home, what their at-home life is. You just see on Instagram. Anybody can put a facade, they can set something out on Instagram and make it seem like they're happy. But, in reality, that person might be, mentally unstable, just living a terrible life and just, scheming, scamming, doing all type of things to get those. And that might not, necessarily be your path. You might be a good person. It might take you a little longer. You got to be okay with that, because I know for me, I'm okay with being a turtle. The turtle always wins the long race. The rabbit, it gets to it a little faster, but the turtle always. Read this book once, man, and it was Nipsey Hussle recommended, like, to read this book, so I had to check it out. But it's called Richest Man in Babylon, and it's really about, like, I feel like I related to it so much because it was about, like, how this guy was the richest man in the village, and it was like BC, before Christ time. So, man, basically it was two other dudes. It was a singer, basically a singer at that time, and a mechanic, do fixed carriages. and they were always broke. The singer asked the mechanic for a loan. The mechanic told him he was broke. Long story short, they, you know what I'm saying, the singer was like, how are you broke, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You fix cars all day. And the mechanic like, bro, how are you broke? You just singing for the king. Like, you shouldn't be broke. So they was like, hey man, how is this guy, the richest man in Babylon, how does he have money? Bro, we went to school with him. We work harder than him. Everything, we do everything better pretty much. And he living so wealthy until, they just had to sit back and really just ask him, and, ask them to mentor him. So the guy decided like, yeah, I'll mentor y'all if y'all would only listen to what I tell y'all and, you know what I'm saying, do, and not just talk, and not just act like they wanted to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they really had to want to get rich, and he mentored them. This is a great story. But what I took from that is, like I said, man, me just being older, I'm starting to learn. It's like anybody. I'm not LeBron James. My body is breaking down. Like, I can't run, I can't jump, I can't do it, hustle, do things that I used to could do incredibly, be up 72 hours, no sleeping, just hustle, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not really smart anymore. It's not smart to even brag about being, I worked all day and yada, yada, yada. And it's, it's cool to have that ethic. It's cool to be a soldier, because you got to be a soldier before you can be a leader, to upgrade to a general, then to upgrade to the top dog. So you got to have that type of work ethic. You got to be able to get in the field, which I feel like I served my purpose in the field. And I'm still, I will go from field to the box as well. But, man, just now, it's just being smart. Just, like I say, working hard solely won't just get you rich, man. It's using your brains, man. It's working smarter. It's working like a fox and not an ox. So like I said, me being a consumer of, information, I love reading, I love watching interviews, I watch TikToks, I learn from everybody and everything that I can, man. And like I say, man, I feel like the moment that you decide that you are too smart, or you stop trying to educate, you stop trying to learn, that's when you truly are behind. That's when you truly are failing. That's when you truly are not gaining anything. But as long as you're learning, educating yourself, investing in yourself, man, I feel like you are good. You are actually great, man. And it's going to happen. We get stubborn and we think we're on our time. But honestly, man, not to be too spiritually, and you know what I'm saying, but not to be too spiritual, but we on God's time. So like I say, if you live a natural, righteous, positive, bro, it's gonna happen, man. It's really mostly, I don't want to be cliche, it's the consistency. As long as you being consistent and you pounding and you really putting in that work, bro, I never seen nobody not make it after putting in that work and dedicating themselves to something. You dedicate yourself to something, it will happen, man. I guarantee you. So once again, you're not behind, man. Trust me, you're not behind. You're right where you need to be. Look at where you at right now. Pinpoint where you at right now. Take notes, man. Do some studying. Go back to the drawing board. Figure out a game plan and get to where you want to go, man. And that's it, man. If you like this message, man, like, comment, subscribe, share. Like I said, we got many to come. But, man, stay hustling, Retro.